Hello everyone, welcome to another LEGO set review. I know I've done videos on this one before, but I wanted to share my thoughts again, kind of updated with Kylo Ren here. This is the buildable figure of him. Um, this is 75117. Yeah, 75117. Called Kylo Ren. 86 pieces. This came out in 2016 to promote The Force Awakens. Um, and yeah, his outfit is pretty much based on that. And it is one of the best buildable figures, in my opinion, because it's simple yet it works. Like, the design actually looks good, and they did a pretty great job. Although, I do have, some issues with it, but they're not that bad. But yeah, I'll give you a 360 of him. He is pretty cool. Apologies if there's like dust or something. He's kind of older. But yeah, he's really, really rad looking. Um, I think the Force Awakens outfit is probably the best like costume of him. It's my favorite at least. So yeah, I mean he really just has one like play feature, and it's really simple. You might have noticed on the back he's got this knob. Zoom in a little bit so you can see that. There's the knob, and it's kind of a Technic piece. It's not new, but what it does do is you'll notice he does have his just trademark lightsaber here, the crossguard blade. And if you move this knob, he will actually slash his saber up and down. It's pretty slick. Although it doesn't always want to stay up, but yeah, it's pretty cool the way that works. And you can angle it and make him do all sorts of cool poses. But yeah, in terms of playability, there's a lot because he's an action figure, technically. So he can just move all around. The buildable figures are just known for their movability, because they're just action figures, pretty much. And you can move his lightsaber all around. You can move his hands, his legs, his head. Although his head is a little bit limited because if you notice, there's a little notch on the back, and that kind of limits him a little bit. But he can pretty much look in any direction. I wanted to talk about the design. He looks like a knight. Like that, I think that's the point. He's supposed to look like a kind of a dark knight warrior type of character, and he also is the leader of the Knights of Ren, so that kind of makes sense. The helmet is, I'll get to that, but the design is really simple. Like he just has a waist cape and he has a cape that drapes over his shoulders. It's kind of meant to look like it is. Obviously, there's his shoulders, but it's meant to give him these overly broad shoulders, which is cool. Obviously, the lightsaber is a laser weapon, and it also looks like a sword. I believe that was intentional. So yeah, I guess there's 4 unique parts to this figure that you can only get with him. So you can only get the cape. The waist cape is unique to him. It's right here. It attaches under this, so it goes below that. It's meant to be like a skirt almost. And obviously the cape is unique to just Kylo Ren, so you'll only get it with him. It's pretty similar to Vader's, like the older Darth Vader figure, but it's not the same. Obviously the the lightsaber piece was exclusive to him. It's not so anymore. But obviously the chest plate is unique to Kylo Ren. So it's just like this metallic fabric kind of. It almost looks like chainmail. Maybe that's intentional, but that is only with this set. And obviously the helmet. The helmet is, oh my word. This thing is so perfect. I mean, there's no problems I have with this helmet. It is absolutely just awesome. It even has like printed like scuff marks, and you might notice that they're just little all they are just little dots. But when you look far away, it looks like they're scuff marks. And there's actual dents in the helmet, which they didn't need to do that, but okay, they did. And it's exactly the shape of his helmet from The Force Awakens, which is great. In later films, it gets changed. But um, yeah, I just think this is fantastic. The helmet is awesome. Um, which brings me to a little bit of an issue. I guess a couple. My two major issues with this figure is clothing. Um, in the movie, he doesn't wear a cape. It's not really a formal cape like this. It's like a ragged cloth that he wears. Like he has a hood, but then attached to that is a cloth that hangs over his shoulders, and it's all tattered. As you can see, that's not here. So I think they went off of concept art. I'm pretty sure, because a lot of the stuff from Force Awakens, like all the merchandise and stuff, like figures and toys and like minifigs and stuff, they all are kind of simple. I think that's because they're all based off of the same concept art, so that's probably why it's like this. But my biggest problem with him is he has no hood. Like he wears the hood almost the entire movie, so you'll see him without the helmet maybe once or twice, but throughout the entire Force Awakens movie, he's only with this mask and the hood on, pretty much. So it's a little lame that he just has the helmet with no hood. Like I get it. It might have been like expensive to make a new fabric piece that really elaborate, but still it would have been really good. I guess another issue is with the waist cape. When you're posing him in like super dynamic poses with his legs, the the waist cape tends to kind of look kind of dumb. It looks a little ridiculous when he's like when he has his legs spread out kind of. It looks a little dumb because it's meant to cover the front of his legs, not the sides. So um it's a little silly when you're trying to like pose him a lot with his legs. But other than those things, I think this is fantastic. If you want like a good Kylo Ren like desk model, this is definitely one you want to buy. If you're looking to buy any of the buildable figures, this is probably one of the best. Like there's some really great ones, like the Scout Trooper with the speeder. There's the Darth Vader's, both of them. There's the General Grievous, obviously, which is god tier. There's the Boba Fett, which is fantastic, and yeah, there's some awesome ones like K2SO as well, and Obi-Wan. So there's some really great ones, and Kylo Ren is definitely one of those. Even though he's simple, I think it works because he oozes evil. Like he looks menacing and yet cool. So, yeah. One more thing, he does come with a little Technic pin in red, and what that does is if you attach that to his hand, you can actually clip his lightsaber to both of his hands, which eh, it makes him look kind of thick. It makes his hands look kind of fat. Um, but it's cool because you can make him like use both of his hands, but it's okay. I mean, if you want to do that, you can, but it's not the best look, but you can do it. So, it's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, I love Kylo Ren, this figure and the character. So, this was one I immediately got as soon as I had the chance. Um, I love the look of this. It just looks so rad. Like the design looks super like distinctive compared to the other figures. There are some other villains, like they have Vader. Vader's like so tall. Kylo Ren's like a shorty compared to Vader. And then Darth Maul, which is equally as awesome. Um, I think Kylo Ren is probably my favorite of the three, although Vader is extremely close. But I don't know, Kylo just has that look. Um, I will say, if you don't like gimmicks, you can take off the knob on the back. It's not gonna do much if you don't care for that. The lightsaber is awesome. Um, So yeah, I definitely recommend this figure. I give it a 10 out of 10. There's other than the flaws that I mentioned, I don't really see anything wrong with this. So it's an older set though. So if you're going to get it, it's going to be a little bit pricier depending on where you go, but it shouldn't be that much. But still, if you're going to get it, just be aware it is a little pricier now. Definitely worth it if you're a fan of Kylo, if you're a fan of cool looking figures. If you're just gonna get one buildable figure, I think this is probably a good choice to go with. Um, and if you have Rey, it's even better because you can like have him fight her. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Kylo Ren here. I think he's awesome, and he's on prominent display on my collection just because I have a lot of connection to the figure, because it was just really awesome. So yeah, that's what I think about him. Do you have this one? I know it's older, so maybe not many of you have it, but if you do, comment below because I'd love to see like if you have a story with it or what you did with it or what. But thanks for watching this. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and I'll see you later.